So we're here on the, there's the dojang over there. So yeah, the park.
And I don't hear any copyright infringing music being played. So
Well, if we point this way, that's where the sun's setting, so we'll actually see your face.
That's why I was heading over to where there's some sunlight. Although seeing my face is not necessarily a plus.
I don't know, that tarot lady wanted you a little bit. Yeah. Maybe she wanted to sell you stuff.
Depends on what you're selling. Anyway, so
little tarot critters. Yeah.
Yeah, this is hasn't been a full week since Fanime 2023, but we did that. We were only able to do one day last weekend, but I mean, me personally, I thought it was a blast. It was great. Don't think I did Fanime the year before. Is it even going?
It was going the year before.
Okay, I must not have gone for some reason. Right?
You didn't. I think the last time you went might have been 2015 or 2016.
It's been a while, yeah. And it's definitely different than what I remember. Just way bigger.
There was
tons more
20,000
cosplayers.
people. It's ridiculous.
And a lot more original art than I was expecting. I thought there'd be more like I don't know. In my mind, I was picturing kind of like a garage sale, kind of like a people selling.
That'd be more like the toy
vintage
shows.
Toys, yeah, like a toy show.
Well, there is one this weekend, but there's no way we can go to that.
No, unfortunately, it's my dad's birthday this weekend. But yeah, so what impressed me was just the sheer talent. I mean, there's so many artists selling
local
original stuff or like fan art of existing stuff. I'm completely out of the loop on a lot of the animes, so like you'd see characters walking around and it's like, okay, I vaguely recognize maybe what that is, but kind of suspect too some of them were like mashups, like oh yeah, this is a crossover. I'm like half from this one series, but with like a color pattern from a Zelda game or something. I don't know.
And you didn't include the on your con swag. You didn't include the stuff that was for your niece, maybe on purpose. Huh?
Yeah, because I mean that's not
probably
really for me.
copyrighted.
I guess I could have taken.
It's all right.
But
anyway,
in any case, yeah, got some cat art, done in like a very pretty, gentle anime style. As
a little Ghibli-esque, a little Ghibli
coming up. For myself, what I mostly bought actually a whole mess of shirts. Tons of those for sale. I did buy some collector's pins. I like those. And then apart from that, my big splurge was tacos and a giant beer, which was great.
And then that weird hot dog place that wasn't good.
They should have been good.
Kona dogs.
They were. It was like $12 for a hot dog, and it's like it looked great. It looked like it was loaded with all this Japanese.
And then
toppings.
you get it, and it's like.
And it was like this super skinny, like school lunch style hot dog on a giant bun. So you were getting like a lot of bread. And then it was supposed to be an okonomiyaki dog, and like the sauce, there was barely any on it, and it was really muted. Mostly what I tasted was the fish flakes. So it tasted like a fish food hot dog. It was not worth $12. But, that's what happens when you actually eat at the con. So we had the right idea leaving for lunch and actually finding a nice little hole-in-the-wall taqueria.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it was a lot of fun. The one thing that was kind of crazy was registration this year was, and you were pre-regged, but
even there they caught me.
The COVID protocols that they had were such that everyone had to funnel in through this one area, and they had a lot of people. There were a ton of volunteers, like 50 guys checking you in, but even still, we were backed up for like 2 hours just to get in the building. That's how many people there were. It was ridiculous. In a good way. I mean, and I didn't mind. It was just like, okay, it's a line. I've been to Disneyland. I know what to expect.
Yeah.
But then figuring out the registration was also super complicated because I didn't pre-reg, and it turns out you couldn't just show a photo of your COVID card. You had to actually either physically have it or follow a QR code link to a government site that apparently archives your vaccine history. Okay.
Well, they tried to do that with mine, and it didn't go through.
Yours
at
malfunctioned
first, like
like
twice.
crazy.
Even on the guy's phone, and then finally they just said, "Okay, go."
Yeah, obviously not a fast one. But here's the thing, and I was thinking, well, Most places I go,
Well, it kind of worked.
I've got my N95 here for like when I go to the store, but most places, everybody's just sort of decided collectively, like, oh, COVID's over, we're not doing that anymore. So like when I go to the store, usually it's me and like a couple of old ladies are the only ones wearing these anymore. There's an angry squirrel over there. Wow. Triggered. However,
Right-wing squirrel.
at the con, they were very strict about it. They wouldn't let you through any of the doors to get into any of the building without one of these, and they were checking vax status. And here's the thing, I am so glad that they were doing that, because if anything was ever going to be a super spreader event, it was this place. The Artists Alley that we went into was choked like a New York subway car at the height of rush hour. It's just like you couldn't move. It's just elbows pushed into every part of you. So, I'm glad everybody was wearing a mask there, because quite frankly, I don't care that everybody else has decided they don't care about COVID anymore. I still do, and I don't want to get it and bring it home and give it to my family. So, hopefully, I didn't get it. I've tested myself since then. I don't seem to. Anyway, be that as it may, it was totally worth it. It was a blast, and I look forward to doing it again next year. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to do Silicon this year.
They canceled it. I just went to their website.
Wow. Did they give a reason?
I read the thing on the website on my channel, but I was like, I don't know. I mean, maybe they thought, the Calcat show was going to be moving next year, and they figured, well, why bother?
Yeah, we're the bread and butter of Silicon.
No,
it's probably maybe the COVID protocols. I don't know. There was some reason why they just felt like they couldn't do it.
Maybe Adam Savage got to COVID.
Yeah, maybe Adam Savage was just like, I don't want to do it anymore. I don't know. But be that as it may, we won't be going to that. There's, as you mentioned, there's a toy show this weekend.
Super toy show, but there's no way that either of us have any money to go to that. So.
I was going to say, my big splurge was Fanime Con.
And the shirts and all that
stuff. So I need to let the dust settle from all of that. But yeah,
I have two shirts from it. I have this Fanime. I'm wearing a shirt, and I have the Gonzo one with the.
Oh yeah.
The Gonzo thing, the weird, which I wore to the Sunday school class, church Sunday school class. I thought it was funny.
Yep.
So.
I wonder how many of those kids even know who Gonzo is.
Well, they're the newer Muppet movies. They kind of did.
I guess.
There were a couple of newer movies since then.
They're definitely not the pop culture force they used to be when we were kids.
They got the joke.
Very much a product of just one guy's vision. Well, it wasn't really. I mean, it was a whole team of them, but
Jim Henson.
Without Jim Henson steering the ship, it just kind of feels like.
Which would have been. When did he die? Like in 1990 or so?
1990.
So I gotta say somewhere around there.
Back when the Arsenio Hall show was still a thing. If you're old enough to even know what in the hell that is.
Well, it's like what the horror geek says. Whenever he makes some pop culture reference to his generation, he goes, Christ, I'm old.
And it's true. If you happen to be watching this,
if you know this, you're really old.
Take a few moments, stop what you're doing, put down the Capri Sun or whatever it is you kids of today are drinking, and
Not
just
Capri
stop and
Sun.
say to yourself, "Oh my God, I'm young. That's awesome. I'm gonna just take a moment and be like, youth." Because when you get to be here, you can. The best you can do is go get a Capri Sun and go, this tastes like ass.
It tastes like shit. There's L.A. Beast looking back on his old toy collection.
I watched that. That was awesome.
Ooh. He can afford to splurge on toys on eBay.
I guess his channel must bring in a pretty penny. I don't know. I never really looked into how to monetize a YouTube channel. I'm led to understand most people don't make their living doing YouTube because...
Not anymore, because of all the weird guidelines and rules and stuff.
All of the guidelines, and they can demonetize any video they want. But it seems like you got to be in like the top 5%. Like every video needs to be getting like 500,000 views or something if you're going to make a living doing this. Which is why
all about subscribers.
I have a day job, and you don't in a Mr. B style palace up in the foothills.
No, I don't.
Well, not yet.
Not yet.
But be that as it may, it's beautiful heading into summer evening. Fanime 2023 was a blast. definitely looking forward to next year, and yeah, until the next event that we're able to figure out what to go to. Signing off.
So what was so you can't think of anything more? Like, what was your
other than saying
purchase?
That I really enjoyed the con?
Okay.
Unless you want to ask me something about it.
No, I guess I got nothing.
I think I said what I needed to.
Okay, it's recording, so don't touch the record button. See that button in the back is the record button.
I see it, but I need to be able to see what I'm framing.
Technical difficulties.
Okay.
Okay, so
we were talking about the anime.
The shirt.
The shirt.
The shirt. At first, I didn't get the what was going on. I thought visually this was more like some kind of weird cop thing. But there were letters and stamps and things, and a giant letter behind the Fanime sign. They're postal workers, and so I was referencing postal worker movies and going postal. And Postal, Uwe Ball, and Falling Down. That was
Joel Schumacher.
And then I was saying that it had nothing to do with that, but
not really.
Anime characters. So well, I want to at least briefly show me with the shirt on here. For sex. That two. And I was gonna go on a tangent about having not met Corey Haim, Corey Feldman, but I've been to Santa Cruz many times. And,
you've seen the Lost Boys.
I've seen the Lost Boys set. So
apparently, it's really decrepit.
I've seen the set, so yes. And I went there with our friend Jim from Pine Hill many years ago when he lived there, and we went to all the sites and everything, and and it didn't quite look the same, but it was like 1998 and 99, so it had been like what?
Just
15 years later, something like that.
Well,
and they took everything down.
The movie came out in like 87.
Yeah, so 12 years later.
But apparently that train trestle that they filmed the famous scene where they drop into the ravine is really only like 5 feet off the ground.
Yep. Oh my gosh, it's amazing. I'm gonna leave this far. A lot of that's trick photography. Like in Mad City, I was on the in the background of Mad City. They filmed it in San Jose.
Oh yeah, wasn't that
St. James
De Niro?
Park. And the scene where Tom Cruise is running from the courthouse building, to the library. They slow-moed it, made it look like he's going a long, long way across. Oh my gosh, it's a really long way, and it's from here to that tree.
Yeah, if even that.
He literally goes like across the train tracks, and he's right over here. But they made it look like he was going like. So they filmed Flubber.
Oh yeah,
they filmed Flubber in our classroom.
They renovated the auditorium.
One of our rooms, yeah.
Made it look like it was some kind of modern thing, but actually that room was really
San Jose State,
kind of run down. Probably roaches and stuff under the floor.
San Jose State, and that was the room that I wasn't the teacher. I was a student in the room. All right. Yeah.
Right.
I want to get that clear. I wasn't the teacher. I was a student. What they were doing that. So we went to the Lost Boys thing in the 1990s and saw the whole thing. The tree, the dock, other stuff. What's that other one with the Outbreak, where they made San Jose a port city?
Oh, they made it us be like a port city.
Yeah, they filmed San Jose a couple of times.
The port of San Jose, and I saw a press screening of that movie in San Jose, and oh my God, the howls of laughter.
River's Edge was actually about Milpitas.
Oh yeah.
The murder in Milpitas in the 70s. And they changed it to Sacramento.
Yeah, and they apparently
go to Sacramento.
Apparently changed some of the stuff that happened too. Like,
I think it was a love doll. There was no love doll in the original.
There's no love doll.
Threw that in the movie. It's very weird. And like the other thing that was funny is like back in the day, the hotel where they filmed True Lies, the big Bonaventure thing. Yeah, the big Bonaventure, where Arnold Schwarzenegger and all that.
Oh yeah.
And back in the day, the Jung Swan Academy did an all-nighter, big fashion show thing, and the Grandmaster and all that, the big fashion show, and it was at the hotel where they filmed True Lies. So everybody ran off to go see where they filmed True Lies at, And it was another case of trick photography.
Yeah.
The scene where the horse appears to jump over the building. It's like of course they didn't like risk having a horse and rider jump over a building.
Yeah.
So what they did is they had a roof about this high off the ground, and they had a roof down here, and it was like literally the two buildings were next to each other.
Yeah.
They were like so the horse is going to jump down.
They had a stunt horse that jumped probably like 2 feet onto
maybe
a pad.
3 feet. So you could see where the horse was.
They weren't about to like sacrifice a horse.
They put the camera down here, so they made it look like he was like through the air, but no, it wasn't. It wasn't anything at all. A jumping horse could do that.
Yeah.
They weren't going to kill a horse.
That's movie magic.
Anyway,
I'm going to have
and
to...
Arnold was in the elevator, So, yeah.
Pass your camera back to you. I got to hit the road.
Arnold Schwarzenegger.